2016. On this job here, I'm going to go replace an oil line for a guy. I have done winterized the bathroom above his garage and a little shower in his master bathroom. I guess these guys, they go to Florida every year, but they have another guy doing their oil burner service. And when I was there, I told him that the oil line was, you know, buried in the concrete. It's gonna be a protected oil line above the concrete, or a protected oil line, period. If it's in contact with the concrete, either that or an OSB valve. And he opted to go with a new line. I told him, you know, have his oil man do it, but he wanted me to do it. So I'm going in now. I got 100 feet of oil line. I'm gonna go run the new oil line. I'm not gonna do the burner cleaning. I'm just gonna, you know, replace the oil line and purge the air out and get it going. So I'll clip it to the wall. It's kind of a long run to the tanks. It's got 2 tanks there. So I'll see. Maybe I'll get some footage on it. We'll have to see. Got to run it along the wall. It's perfect. I'll be able to run it along the wall, clip it to the wall, so it won't get damaged. There's the new one. They actually had an insurance law for a lot of years now in my state, and they're really enforcing it now. So whenever I come across a unit that's, you know, needs to be upgraded, I show the people the paperwork. If they don't want to do it, I'm not doing the job. I'm not touching the oil line. I'm not touching the filter unless it's, you know, up to code. Because if I touch it and I don't upgrade it, I'm responsible for it. And what happens with these spills is the oil leaks into the ground, and now all of a sudden the EPA gets involved. They come and they dig the cellar out down 10 feet. It's contaminated waste, and the bills are like $350,000, $400,000 to do this job, because it's contaminated waste. They consider it oil contaminated waste. So now they're gonna do is they're gonna ship the soil. They can't put it in this state for some reason. They gotta ship it to New Jersey. What a flipping scam! And my insurance don't cover it. I can't even buy insurance for that. It falls under the homeowners. So I have to show the people, and they have to upgrade or I'm walking away, because I ain't gonna be blowing that kind of, you know, that's a lot of money, $400,000. And my insurance don't cover it. They're gonna sue me personally. So I don't know. That's why I have to upgrade them. The people don't want to do it, I say fine, I'm not touching the oil filter or the tank, you know. I change the nozzle, but that's it. Oh man, look at this, the baby dog, man. She's my friend, she's my friend. Oh yeah, neck level, my friend. She's one lean, mean working machine, mama. Oh man, neck level. She's a proud master HVAC technician in training, y'all. Little pond here on their property, loaded with snapping turtles, from what they say. He's been dead for a while. Anyway, here's the tanks, and there's the boiler under the stairs. So I'm gonna wrap all the way around this wall. I gotta move some of that stuff. There's the oil line, the old oil line goes in the ground over there. I'm gonna need to attach it right there. Be easy to go with 2 OSV valves right there. Would have been the thing to do, but a new oil line would be a better job. See if I get it ran. You can see the oil line goes into the ground right there. See it? That's where it goes on the ground right there under this tank. I got a 100-foot. I like to run the oil line right along the wall here if I can. I'll clip it right against the wall. That's the best way. Overall, everything, you know. That'll be the best way. See if I can do it. I got 100 feet of line here, and I just kind of stretch it out. And I'm going to start feeding it in. And then once I get it where I want it and bent and everything, and hopefully I got enough. I think 100 feet should be enough. We'll see. I kind of moved all the stuff out so I can scoot it in this way, and I moved all that stuff out over there. But we'll see what we can do. Could always run it up overhead, but I'd rather have it low, because if you run it up overhead, you got to put a check valve at the tank, and sometimes you lose prime. You're better off this way overall. Let me see if I get this thing run. Alright, so I got it run roughly, and I got to clip it now. I got all my hammer drill and clips and stuff, and I'm gonna run it along. I'm gonna clip it right to the right along the floor there. You can see this thing has got like it's got one of those things that come up for the water in case it ever floods. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it right like that. I'm gonna clip it with clips right along the way like that. You can see the way that lip is. I'm just gonna clip it every, 6-7 feet all the way down. I'm gonna clip it good, hammer drill it right into the floor. I probably could go above this, but I'm gonna clip it. I could go above, but then I would block that that perimeter drain. So if I put it down like this, I'll go around and I'll clip it good. I'll get you some shots when I'm all done. But 100 feet. There's the tank. That's where I'm going right there. I still got a little left, but no, I'm not going to have a lot left by the time I go behind the tank and hook it in and do a service loop. It was pretty close. It's a pretty long run all the way around and around. There's the boiler way behind there, behind the. Well, let me get it all clipped, and I'll get you some shots. I think, yeah, that shit's the burner off there. I'm gonna shut these all off for now. I was here and I did winterized above the garage at this house. Got my hammer drill here. Got my hammer drill, got anchors. These are the clips we're going to use. The clips are coated. They're dipped, they're coated, so I'll squeeze it together. Like that. I'll put one anchor right there. Put an anchor right there. Gotta go around and do them all. Ain't much there because it's a perimeter drain all the way around this place. It'll be alright. She'll be okay, Mama. Steve's a real working man, Mama. Oh, man, Nicky. That's how I'm going to do it right there. It's going to be fine, but I got to go around and clip the whole thing, It's a lot of work, so I'm not going to bore you guys with clipping it all, but I'll show you when I get it all done where all the clips are. That's how I'm going to do it right there. I got the line all ran and I got it all clipped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this off. We'll tie this end in here. We'll tie the other end in and then I'll show you where I got it all clipped. Little stout aromatics. There's fusible links at the ceiling. I'm just going to make sure that these shut off. If this don't shut off, grab it with pliers. Don't hit it with a screwdriver. I've hit that with a screwdriver and broke that nipple off before. Don't ever do that. Make sure that they shut. Like I said, if you're going to shut it, grab it with a pair of pump pliers or squeeze it with the pliers. That's the best way. Alright, we'll disconnect this and we'll see if there's any oil coming out. Alright, like I said, you're always better off to make sure that these are closed good. Squeeze them with the pliers. You're not putting no pressure on that nipple, you're just making sure that the valve's closed. I like to do that. Alright, let's see if this thing comes off. Wow. Wait. There it goes. There it goes. There shouldn't be no oil coming out of that. Not a lot. Make sure that there's oil coming from the tanks here. Alright, we got oil from that tank. Let me try this one. We got oil coming from that tank. Supposedly the guy changed the filters in this thing. Just recently he's changed the filters in the nozzle, so I'm not going to change them. I'm just going to hook up the oil line and let it rip, mama. Oh man, next level. Okay, I gotta do is cut that nut off and put it on this, and then we'll attach it. Pretty simple. That's a flare nut. You gotta use a flare. What we do with this is I'll have to cut this off, put this flare on, and then flare that. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. Use the knife and cut this off. Cut yourself. It's a razor knife, you know. Alright. And drop the flare on there. And I'll use my flaring tool on that. I use a spin flares. It seems to work pretty good. We got half, we got 3/8. That's the one I need, is the 3/8 one. This one. No, I don't have to ream it or nothing, because this thing will flare that full flare, and it'll make a nice flare on it. Best to use is a cordless, corded drill, something that you can get a lot of RPMs out of. You could use a cordless. I think they said an 18 or a 20 will be okay, but I've always used a regular cord drill. I've always used the cord drill myself. They say you could use the cordless. I don't know. Never tried it. Let's look at this thing, the old gun there. Should be it right there. Yeah, that's a nice flare. Oh, it doesn't flare it the whole way. I guess when you put it in, it flares it the rest from what they say. Myself, I like to put a little bit of dope on there, little fritz on there, a little dope. It helps everything go together better. You gotta get it on there just right. That thing won't want to go. We gotta tie the other end in yet, so before we turn the oil back on. Give it the old gundy, mama. Give it the old gundy. There we go. That should be fine. I got a little service loop in the back there. Alright, same thing on this end. I got a service loop down here. We'll reuse this knot. I get it off, yeah. There it goes. Nothing wrong with the flare knot, it's just that the concrete, the copper's in the concrete, you can't have that. Unless you want to put an OSV valve in. It's an oil safety valve, or you're always better off running a new line if you can. That's the best way. Flow-wise, less restriction, everything. I always recommend running a new line. You know, there might be a little bit of oil that we lose here, but it is what it is. That's why we got speedy dry. Put some speedy dry down, pick up the old whatever's in the line. It's not a lot. So. Do the same with this. We'll shake this off, stick this on, and flare that. I gotta get rid of this old line. This old line's no good. You see it's right in the concrete here. Like I said, yeah. Just be careful because you don't want to cut yourself. This is a razor knife, so. Pretty sharp. It's 100 feet was enough. I had a little bit left over, but not a lot. So, what I like about this spin flare is you don't have to ream anything. That's it. Makes a nice flare. Again, I'll put a little bit of fritz on there. Put a little bit of fritz. Ooh, a little leakage. Fritz is taking a pee. to get that thing started. We don't want to cross-thread it, so I'm going to get it in there right. I don't want no leaks. Don't want to be a leaker. Don't want to be a leaker. Alright. Jeez. Okay. That's tight now. I got the service loop here. That's what we want. What I gotta do now is go open up the oil line and then bleed this baby. Alright, so I got a hanger here, that's one. I go behind the boiler. That's what was left to the 100 feet, which is not a lot. I come over here, I got a clip here. There's where the old oil line went in the ground, right there, you can see it. So I got two, go behind here. Got three, I go behind these tanks. And got four there. Behind this stuff here. 5, 6. There's the pit for the drain. 7. 8. I go around this corner here. We go that way. I got one here, which is 9, just on the other side of these shelves. I'll come around here. 10. And I turn into here behind the tank. Got another one, 11. And I got one at the tank, which is 12. And I got one right there, which is 12, right before the pigtail. So I gotta put a dozen hangers on there. Turn this on. And I'll turn this one on. Go out, go bleed it. So I got this tank on, and I got that tank on. We'll come back and we'll check for leaks. This is the other oil line. It went in. The other oil line went in the ground right here under this tank. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's the oil line went in right there under the tank.
Garden Street, that gas station that's been empty.
Oh yeah, I know
forever.
that. Yeah, I know
Nobody
that guy.
could touch it because everybody's afraid they're going to be, and they not only could run through a corporate funds, they could hit your personal funds until they deplete your checkbook.
So nobody wants it. You know who owns that? Is the guy that's got Diamond Tire. The guy who owns Diamond Tire.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy. He owns that.
But you can't do anything with it because nobody will buy it.
So what happened? There's tanks in the ground, or the tanks are leaking, or what was the deal there?
Must have been. There's got to be contamination. It's a brown site.
Oh, it is. So the tanks must have been leaking because that place has been like that forever.
I mean, it's a great corner, and you know nothing is changing. There's water running through the ground all while it's empty. So why they don't allow it to
all right,
within reason, clean it up and sell it?
I don't know. We're gonna turn the burner on and bleed that.
It won't be much longer now.
Not gonna be much longer. I just have to bleed this.
Okay.
Let me just bleed it and then I'm out of here. I gotta go home and eat my lunch. Let me just jump out FF so she don't shut off. Yeah, it's going to be bleeding. It's a long run. It's 100 feet, so probably 90 feet of oil line. I just got FF jumped out so she don't trip out on safety. A lot of air there. getting late. I got another call to go too, so. Oh, that's a long run, man. That's a long run. There she comes. That was a ride. A little bit of oil for you. You can tell by the look of it. That's good. Now, if I didn't trip out FF, that thing would have tripped off already. That's just, you know, temporary to bleed it. I'll take my bleeder, my jumper off. I'm not doing a cleaning on this or nothing, it's already been done. It's got a guy that did the service on it already. Take my jumper off. You leave that jumper on, it won't start again. Look at this guy put furnace cement on there, that's stupid. Fine in there, I'm good with that. Just make sure I got no leaks and I'm out of here. Looks okay, I guess. I'll just give it the old Titan treatment one more time. Make sure that sucker's tight. Alright, we're good. She's fine. Let's see anything leaking. Oh, the guy was here about a year ago, but said that the oil burner was fine. No, I'm not playing with it. He just wanted the oil. You know, he just wanted the oil line ran. Is what I did. Flipping monster. 193,000 BTUs. Wow, they're flipping monster. That's it. She's running. Got my service loop on both ends. 12 clips. Just have to put those shells, drag those shells back, and I'm done. I move all those shells back. Put all that stuff back. It's all light enough. And quite a run. But I'm saying 90 feet. So I just pick up my tools and get the guy a bill. I'm done. That's all that's left. It's maybe 15 feet left, I guess. Probably 85 feet. It's a long run. Had to get a 100-footer. The little baby snapping turtle. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit on the road. See, there's a pond over here with this little guy. Gotta go back in the water. You can see there's a pond there. Look at that little guy. That's pretty cool. Put him on the grass right there. It's a little snapping turtle. See that little bugger? That's pretty cool, man. He was in the road. I don't want him to get hit, so I stopped and let him. You can see there's a pond right here. That's where a lot of them live, so. Oh man, oh look what it is. The baby dog, man. I just saved a turtle. Oh yeah, I just saved a turtle. Oh man! Nick, push over. Come on. Yeah, a little turtle was in the road. I gotta go save him.